Giving effectively. A guide to maximizing charitable impact. Charitable giving is a powerful act, benefiting both recipients and donors. However, navigating the vast landscape of worthy causes can be daunting. The effectiveness of a donation isn't just whether you give, but how. Studies suggest the most impactful charities can deliver 100 times more benefit than average ones, even within the same sector. A critical difference when resources are limited and suffering is widespread. This guide aims to cut through the noise and offer practical advice for maximizing the impact of your giving. Leveraging expert charity recommenders. Researching charities independently is time-consuming. Fortunately, organizations like GiveWell and Charity Navigator specialize in rigorous evaluations. GiveWell, with a longer track record, identifies charities that deliver the most good per dollar spent, while Charity Navigator increasingly adopts similar impact-focused scoring. Currently, GiveWell highlights 4 top charities. Malaria Consortium distributes anti-malarial medication to children, preventing infection in high-risk areas. Against Malaria Foundation provides insecticide-treated bed nets, primarily in sub-Saharan Africa, combating mosquito-borne diseases. Helen Keller International supports vitamin A supplementation programs, reducing child mortality and improving health outcomes. New Incentives incentivizes childhood vaccinations in Nigeria, increasing immunization rates through small cash rewards. GiveWell's top charities fund pools donations, directing them to these organizations based on their current funding needs. Prioritizing research-backed strategies. Effective charities rely on evidence-based interventions. For example, studies from the Poverty Action Lab at MIT demonstrate that distributing insecticide-treated bed nets, as done by the Against Malaria Foundation, is more effective than even nominal pricing. Similarly, Give Directly, a GiveWell grantee, distributes unconditional cash transfers, a strategy supported by extensive research showing positive outcomes despite some limitations. The impact of location. Giving to poorer countries. The disparity between developed and developing nations is staggering. A dollar goes much further in countries like Kenya or Uganda than in the US, where extreme poverty is less prevalent and basic infrastructure is more established. While domestic giving is admirable, maximizing impact often means directing resources where the need is greatest. GiveWell's analysis found that US charities, even highly effective ones, are significantly more cost-intensive than their international counterparts. Balancing life extension and quality of life. While saving lives is a clear priority, improving quality of life is equally important. The Happier Lives Institute found that cost-effectiveness varies dramatically depending on whether the focus is solely on extending life or improving overall well-being. For example, the Against Malaria Foundation might be 30% more cost-effective when prioritizing longevity, but Strong Minds, which treats depression in African women, could be 12 times more effective when prioritizing well-being. The case for direct cash transfers. Give Directly's approach, providing unconditional cash transfers to the world's poorest, recognizes that those facing extreme poverty best understand their own needs. Donors often underestimate the wisdom of recipients, assuming they might misspend funds. However, evidence suggests that individuals in dire circumstances make rational choices when given agency over their own resources. Avoiding inefficient large charities and considering meta-charities. Large, bureaucratic charities often lack transparency and may divert funds to less effective disaster relief efforts. GiveWell favors smaller, focused organizations with measurable impact. Alternatively, consider supporting meta-charities groups like GiveWell, Innovations for Poverty Action, and Giving What We Can that evaluate charities and encourage effective giving. In conclusion, effective charitable giving requires thoughtful consideration. By leveraging expert recommendations, prioritizing research-backed strategies, and focusing on areas with the greatest need, donors can maximize their impact and make a meaningful difference in the lives of others.